first question an interviewer would ask you in an interview would be, tell me about yourself. And if you've ever frozen at that question, you're not alone. This question is not only the most common question, it can also be the most intimidating question. But what if I told you that it's actually your biggest opportunity to shine? It's not just a warm-up question, it's your chance to set the stage, grab the attention, and prove to the interviewers that you're the best candidate. So hang tight and watch this video till the end, because at the end of this video, you'll have the formula to crack this nerve-wracking question. Tell me about yourself. Hello. My name is Nancy. I am a clinical practice educator, and I am very particular about your career growth and development. So if you're here today, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Turn on your notifications so you can be alerted when a new video drops. I have seen a lot of interview candidates fumble at this particular question. It's either they go ahead to tell their life story about maybe their humble background, or they end up writing out their resume. Well, the interviewer already has your CV, and they're not about to hear you repeat the same things that you've written on paper. They are looking for something specific, and if you don't give them that, you've lost them already before you've even started. So what exactly do they want? Firstly, they want to know who you are right now and why you are the perfect fit for the role. I'm talking about the present. Secondly, they want to know how your past experiences have led you to this point and prepared you for the role you're looking for. We're talking about the past. Finally, they are interested in your plans for the future. What are you excited about for the future, and how does this career align with your future goals? This is the future. And this is what I call the present, past, future formula. It's gold. It's concise, it's compelling, and it's perfectly structured. Let's start with the present. Let's break it down. When you're talking about the present, start with who you are today and link it to the job description of the role that you're looking for. Now, don't just use cliche words like, I'm a hard worker, I love to work under pressure. Nobody wants to hear that. Instead, talk about your current role, your current job, and talk about your years of experience in that industry. Then highlight at least 2 key skills that align with the job description or whatever it is they're looking for. Research the company, research the role, internalize the job description. Now let's move forward to the past. This is another part that you talk about. It's simply, how did you get to the current job role? What was experience like, and how did it lead up to this point where you're looking for another job? The mistake people make here is that they go talking about their CV. And like I mentioned, the interviewers do not need to hear what they can see on paper, what they've read about. So you need to give them something strategic, something different, something that intrigues them, something that captures their interest. And I'll suggest you either use the STAR method or you use the CAR method. Let's say we use the CAR method. Now this stands for challenge, action, result. What was the challenge? What was the action? And what was the outcome of your intervention? So you can use this example. For instance, as a clinical practice educator, I could say, in my current role as the CPE, I identified learning gaps among clinical staff, which was resulting in several patient falls. I decided to organize a training to educate the staff on falls prevention, and also a discussion session to hear out from the staff and find out what exactly they needed to improve the quality of nursing care and prevent further falls. And they were able to communicate their challenges. At the end of the project, the number of falls decreased by 60%, resulting in an improved patient satisfaction score. Now you see, I didn't just talk about what I did and the challenges, I also mentioned quantifiable results. Using data to communicate your wins and your outcomes is a perfect way to establish an impression that interviewers cannot ignore. And next you go ahead to the future. This is basically what you want next. How does this role align with your future career and your future goals? What are your long-term goals? It is at this point that you show enthusiasm and excitement. You need to convince the interviewer that your career goals, your future or long-term goals align perfectly with the role that you're currently looking for. Talk about what excites you about this role. Talk about your expectations. Talk about how they align with your personal goals. It is also important that you convince the interviewers that you have a lot of things to contribute. Think about what they're expecting from the person that they want to recruit and tell them how you can contribute these skills that they're looking for if they give you the job. Now, this demonstrates that you didn't just apply out of the blue. It demonstrates that you're intentional about what you want out of your career. It also shows them that they are hiring someone who is intentional about their learning and development and who can contribute and grow in their company. So don't just watch this. Practice, practice, and practice. Write out your PPF, that's your present, past, and future, for every job that you apply for, and practice talking about it. So, when next you're faced with a question, tell me about yourself. Imagine it this way. You start with a strong present and transition smoothly to a compelling past achievement. And finally, you close with an enthusiastic future that aligns with the company values, goals, and even the job description. When you practice this over time, you find out that this is concise, it's strong, and it's memorable. And always remember to time yourself. I would advise that you do not spend more than 2 minutes talking about yourself. Remember, you have other questions. It's your first impression. Make it count. So if this was helpful for you, like, subscribe, and share with everyone else that this would be beneficial for. And let me know in the comment section, what's your biggest interview challenge? In the meantime, go out there and crush it. And believe it's very possible.